Hello students, as in the last lecture we saw the new type, that is type number 7, in which we saw that how to show that the given equation represent a pair of line. So where we took few example based on the type number 7. Okay, as we took one example to show that the given equation represent a pair of lines, and also we saw how to find the acute angle between them. And first we saw the concept based on the type number 7, then after that we took one example. So here once again we'll see the concept. So whenever it says that we have to show that the given equation represent a pair of lines, so see to it that this part it should be equal to 0. So that means ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square, it should be equal to 0. See to it that whenever in the question it says that you have to show that the given equation represent a pair of line, this left hand side answer it should be equal to 0, or else the determined value it should be equal to 0. Okay, out of this two, okay, any one condition should satisfy. So as I told, this part it was there in your 11th standard, so we did not get that much time to cover this topic. So I told the sums based on the type number 7 will solve based on this concept. Okay, so whenever it says that show that, that means this part it should be equal to 0. And in the question, suppose if it says that already this equation represent a pair of line, that means already the answer that is equal to 0 for this equation. Okay, like here we'll see the next types of sums in the type number 7 only, where it will say that you have to find the value of k if the following equation represent a pair of line. If already the equation represent a pair of line, it means this left hand side part is already equal to 0. Got the point? So what is the difference between this and this sum? Whenever it says that show, that means you have to show that this left hand side is equal to 0. And suppose in the question if it says that already it represent a pair of line, that means already this part that is equal to 0. So for this types of sum, this part actually it is a type number 7 only, but it is extent part where we have to find the value of k. Instead of show that the following represent a pair of line, already in the question it says that it represent a pair of line, and then you have to find the value of k. As there are three sums in the exercise, okay, so we'll take one year two sums, and suppose if I took first and second sum, so please try the third sum by yourself. Okay, so now let's begin with the first one. As in the first sum it says that 3x square plus 10xy plus 3y square plus 16y plus k equals to 0. Already it represent a pair of lines. Okay, since it represent a pair of line, that means this part already it is equals to 0. Understood? So let's begin with the presentation part. So given equation of the lines is 3x square plus 10xy plus 3y square plus 16y plus k equals to 0. Okay, again same, we'll comparing with ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus, yes or no, 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. We'll compare the equation, given equation, with respect to this, where you will get the value of a, h, b, g, f and c. Okay, so when you will compare, the value of a will be what, 3. So when you will compare the value of 2h, it will be equals to 10, so h will be equals to what, 5. B will be what, 3. Yes or no? A is what, 3. 2h is what, 10. B is what, 3. Then 2g, that means 2g is the coefficient of x, as clearly we can see that here x term, it is not there, it is missing. Okay, if any term is missing in the equation, so straight away we can write the coefficient of that particular alphabet as a 0. So here 2g is absent. Okay, so the coefficient of x is absent, so we can say that the coefficient of x will be what, 0. So g will be equal to what, 0 upon 2 will be what, 0. Understood? So whenever any term, any alphabet in the equation, if it is missing or absent, so see to it that the coefficient of that particular alphabet will be 0. Then 2f, so 2f is 16, so f will be equals to 8, and c will be what, k. Okay, and even you have to see the symbol also, because the meaning of coefficient means what, number with symbol in the equation is known as the coefficient. Number with the symbol in the equation is known as the coefficient. Okay, so now after this, after finding the value, we know that since the given equation, as per the condition which is given in the question, it says that if the following equation represent, already it represent a pair of lines, so therefore here we can write what, since the given equation represents a pair of lines, so therefore we know that ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square equals to 0. Okay, if already it is the given equation represent a pair of line, that means this left hand side is already, it is equal to 0 for the given equation. But when in the question it says that you have to show that the given equation represent a pair of line, that time you have to take the left hand side, substitute the value, and it should be equal to 0. Got the point? So that is the difference between show and if. Okay, so therefore simply what you have to do, you will take the values of all the coefficient, simply substitute the value, and you will get the required answer as per the question. Here we have to find the value of k, yes or no? So now here a is what, 3, b is what, 5, c is what, k, we'll keep this 2 as it is, f is what, 8, g is what, 0, h is what, 5, minus a is what, 3, f is what, 8, but square is there, yes or no? B is what, 3, g is what, 0, but square is there, minus c is what, k, h is what, 5, but square is there, yes or no, equal to 0. So therefore 3 5 is a 15, 15 into k is 15 k, yes or no, plus. Okay, sorry, here the value of b actually it is 3, it is not 5. Okay, the b value is what, 3, so here 3 3 it will be what, 9. Okay, because a value is 3, b value is what, 3, it is not 5. 5 is for h. Okay, then 2 8s are 16, but here 0 is there, so 0 into any number it will be what, equal to 0, yes or no? Then we'll keep this 3 as it is. 8 square is what, 64, minus 0 square is 0, so 0 into any number will be what, a 0. Okay, then minus, we'll keep this k as it is. 5 square is 25 equal to 0. Okay. Okay, so see here the value of b is what, 3, it is not 5. 5 actually it is what, for h. So please be careful while substituting the values, while substituting the coefficient of a b c f g h. Okay, then after that we'll keep this 9k as it is. Okay, then plus 0, remove this 0, so minus 364s are 3 4s are 12, 18, and this is 19, so 364s it is 192. Again here 0 is there, no need to write 0 here, so minus k 25 z is 25k equals to 0. Okay, so in the next step we'll write this 9k and minus 16 minus 25k, so 9k, yes or no, 9k and this minus 25k, it will be equals to what, 16 minus 16k minus 192 equals to 0, yes or no? 9 minus 25 it is minus 16, yes or no? So therefore after this we'll write one side alphabet, one side number, so minus 16k it will be equals to, we'll shift this minus 129 to the right hand side, so it will become plus 120 192, 192 on the left hand right hand side, so it will become plus 192. So therefore k will be equals to what, 192 upon minus 16, yes or no? So we know that 16 ones are 16, it will be 12 side is 192, so here we got the answer, that is minus 12. So therefore the value of k here we got, that is minus 12. So in this way you have to find your answer for that particular question. So in the question it says that you have to find the value of k if the following equation represent a pair of line. So simply what you have to do, you will have the equation, compare the equation where you will get the coefficient of a, h, b, g, f and c, and see to that any alphabet if it is missing in the equation, the coefficient it will be 0. Okay, since we know that the equation represent a pair of line, so simply you will write this part. Okay, already it will be equal to 0. Okay, as in the question it says that the given equation represent a pair of lines. Okay, so no need to take the left hand side only, here you will take left hand side as well as right hand side, already it is equals to 0, so simply you will substitute the value. Okay, so you will get here one equation, as here we got one equation with respect to what, a linear equation in one variable. Okay, so here we got the linear equation one variable, so we did one side alphabet, one side number to find the value of k. Sometime here in this place, in place of a linear equation, sometime you will get a quadratic equation, sometime you will get a quadratic equation, and we know that whenever we get a quadratic equation, there the value of k it will be two answer, there will be a two answer. Okay, so out of this two, any one value of k will satisfy the given equation. Okay, so as per the rule, if you get a linear equation you will get one value of k, and if you get a quadratic equation you will get two values of k, but see you have to check whether these two values satisfy the equation or either any one value satisfy the equation. Okay, so sometimes there are some few question in which in place of linear equation you will get a quadratic also. Okay, so in this way you have to find your answer, and see to it that while substituting the coefficient, be careful while putting the value, replacing the value of a, b, c, each and everything. So here I wrote 5. Yes or no? Actually it should be 3 because the value of b is what here? 3. Okay, so be careful while substituting the coefficient. Okay, so in this way you have to present your sum. Okay, as in the exercise, to find the value of k when the following equation represent a pair of line, there are 3 questions. As here I took the first one. Okay, so I hope you can try out the second and third sum by yourself, but see to it that in the second sum, as here clearly we can see that here we have kxy plus 10x plus 6y plus 4 equals to 0. So when you will compare the equation with ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c, okay, equal to 0, so where you will get the value of a, as clearly we can see that x square term is absent, so value of a will be what? Coefficient of a will be what? 0. In place of 2h it is k, so h will be equals to k by 2. Yes or no? Okay, so y square term is also absent here, a x square term is also absent, y square term is also absent, so the value of b will be what? A 0 here. 2g, in place of 2g it is what? 10, so the value of g will be what? 5. Okay, 2f is 6 because y coefficient is 2f and here the y coefficient is 6, so therefore 2f will be 6, so f will be equals to 3, and the last c is equals to what? 4. So in the second equation clearly we can see that the x square coefficient and y square coefficient is absent in the equation, so therefore its coefficient it will be equal to 0. Okay, then after that, since we know that the given equation represent a pair of lines, substitute the value, you will get the value of k, and say to it that when you will get a linear equation you will get only one answer of k, and when you will get a quadratic equation you will get two answers of k, but out of two answer of k any one answer will satisfy. Okay, so that you have to check. Okay, and to satisfy, see to it that when you will substitute the value of k in the given equation, so given equation should represent this equation. Okay, so it should contain x square, xy term, y square, then x term, then y term, and then last part is what? Number. Okay, after substitute the value of k, suppose if you are getting two values of k, see to it that when you will replace the value of k, okay, at least it should contain this, out of this three value it should contain any one. Okay, suppose in the final answer after replacing the value of k, if you are getting only this part, this section, x plus y plus 7 equals to 0, and this equation actually it is linear equation in two variable, it does not represent a pair of line. So to represent a pair of line we must require x square coefficient or y square coefficient or xy coefficient. So out of this three any one should be there when you will replace the value of k. Okay, so in this way you can check the value of k, which value of k satisfy the equation. Okay, so try out the second question. I guess in the second question you will get the two values of k, and after substitute the value of k you will come to know which value of k satisfy the given equation. Okay, so please try out the second sum and third sum by yourself. Okay, third sum it is quite very simple, it is same as the first one. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next few sums, okay, of the type number 7. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one. So the next question it is little different as per the previous question. In the previous question there where we have to find the value of k, but here we have to find the value of p as well as q. So that means in the previous question we we have to find the value of only one value we have to find. So but for this question we have to find the two values, okay, two missing values. When you will see the equation, okay, so P and Q, it will be there in the question, but when you will see the previous question, find the value of K, only K it will be there, yes or no, K part it will be there. So here we used to find only one value, here we have to find the two values, okay, for that particular question. So this types of sum, it is very important, as it the weightage for this sum I can say it is proper 3 to 4 marks, and it is very important sum from the type number 7. So now we'll see the presentation part, how to present and how to find the answer of P and Q. And see to that, in mathematics we know that we cannot able to find at a time both the answer. In max we know that whenever we have to find more than one answer, first you will get one value, then after that you will get the second value. At a time we cannot find the both the answers simultaneously, okay, so remember this point. So now we'll see the presentation part. So here it says that we have to find the value of P and Q if the equation represent a pair of perpendicular line. Here also in this question it says that if the equation represent a pair of, forget about this perpendicular for a while, pair of lines. So we know that whenever if a equation represent a pair of lines, so this value already it will be equals to 0, yes or no. So from the given condition here we come to know that if already the given equation represent a pair of line, so that means ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square, already it is equals to what, a 0. So this part we come to know that from the given condition, if it says that the equation represent a pair of line, so this value, this condition will satisfy, this value left hand side will, it will be equals to 0. But what about this perpendicular line? So what do you mean by it represent a pair of perpendicular line? So it means here we have some condition as we saw yesterday also, okay, if a plus b is equals to 0, it means what, it represent a pair of perpendicular line, yes or no. If a plus b is equals to 0, it represent what, a pair of perpendicular line. So whenever it says that equation represent a pair of line but a perpendicular line, see to that it will condition two part. One, a plus b will be equals to 0, and second, abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square equals to 0, okay. So see to that whenever it says that if the equation represent a pair of perpendicular line, so for that particular types of sum, this two condition will satisfy. One, it will be a plus b equals to 0 as it represent a pair of perpendicular line, and second, as per the rule, if already it represent a pair of line, so this part it will be equals to what, 0, yes or no. So for this sum here we have to use this both the condition to find the value of P and Q. So in simple language I will say that as here we will be using this two condition, so out of this two condition, in the one condition either you will get the value of P or Q, and in the second condition you will get the value of second alphabet. Suppose here if you get the value of P, so of course in the second condition you will get the value of Q. Suppose in the first condition you get the value of Q, so in the second condition you will get the value of P, vice versa, okay, like that. So here we come to the conclusion that as per the rule in the mathematics we cannot able to find P and Q both the answers simultaneously, okay. So we know that that's the main point. In the mathematics we cannot able to find both the answers simultaneously. So of course first we'll get the one answer, then after that we will get the second answer. So here according to this two condition, of course you will get one answer here and second answer here, yes or no, okay. Okay, so now suppose a given question, this perpendicular, if it is replaced by the word parallel, everything it will be perfect. find P and Q if the equation represent a pair of, but it will say that it is a parallel line for parallel line. So for parallel line, what will be the difference? In place of a plus b equals to 0, we know that for perpendicular it should be a plus b equals to 0, and for parallel it should be h square minus ab equals to 0 or h square equals to ab. Okay, if a plus b equals to 0, so it represent a pair of perpendicular line, and h square minus ab equals to 0, it represent a pair of parallel line. So here you will use h square minus ab equals to 0 for parallel, and also it represent a pair of lines, so that means abc plus 2fgh minus af square minus bg square minus ch square equals to 0. So suppose if perpendicular word is replaced by parallel, so you will use this two condition to find the answer of P and Q. So here also, suppose if you are getting the value of P here, so in this equation you will get the value of Q, or else vice versa. Okay, so got the point? Understood? So in this way you will represent your sum. So for this types of sum you will use two conditions. Okay, so whenever it says that it is perpendicular, you will use a plus b equals to 0. If it says that parallel, so you will use h square minus ab equals to 0. And of course, whenever it represent a pair of lines, so already we know that we use this concept, yes or no? So that is the difference between the previous question, find the value of k, and this one, find P and Q. So whenever you have to find only one value, so directly you will use this concept. And whenever you have to find two values, so you will use two concept, two condition to get the answer of both the alphabet. Okay, so let's see the presentation part. So the first step, you will write the given equation is what? Px square minus 8xy plus 3y square plus 14x plus 2y plus q equal to 0. Yes or no? So after this we know that we'll comparing the equation with ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Okay, so when you will compare, you will get the value of a as what is there in place of a? It is p. What is there in place of 2h? The coefficient is minus 8, so h will be equals to minus 4. Okay, b coefficient is what? 3. 2g coefficient is what? 14. So g will be equals to what? 7. 2f coefficient is what? 2. So f coefficient will be what? 1. And in place of c is what? Q. So just simply compare the equations where you will get the value of a, h, b, g, f and c. Okay, after that we know that the given equation represent what? A pair of lines perpendicular to each other. So in the question, when it's give that, when it says that it represents a pair of perpendicular lines, so you will use both the concept. So first we'll use a plus b, and we'll check whether you are getting the value of p or q. So your a is what? P, and b is what? 3 equals to 0. So therefore P will be equals to, we'll shift this plus 3 to the right hand side, so where you will get minus 3. So here we got the value of P as 3. So as I told in the mathematics, whenever you have to find the two particular alphabets, so we cannot find the two particular alphabet in mathematics at a time simultaneously. So first, of course, you will get the first value, then after that you will get the second value. Okay, so for this question, as I told, you have to use both this concept. So in the first condition you will get one answer of one alphabet, and in the second condition you will get the answer of second alphabet. So as per the rule, here we got the first answer. So now we'll check, as here we got the value of P. So of course the Q value of Q you will get from this condition. So now we'll see the second part. And also we know that the given equation represents a pair of lines. As we know that it represents a pair of lines as well as a pair of perpendicular line. So here we have to use both the concept, as it also represent a pair of lines. So here we'll write ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square equals to 0. Okay, so for these types of sums, whenever you have to find two alphabet, see to that you have to use both the concept, both the condition to get the answer, as we cannot find both the answers simultaneously. Okay, so now after this, simply replace the value of A, B, C, F, G, H. So A is what? It is P, into B is what? 3, C is what? C is what? Q, plus, we'll keep this 2 as it is. F is what? 1, G is what? 7. Okay, and H is what? Minus 4. Will write in bracket minus. A is what? P. F is what? 1, so we'll write here 1 square minus. B is what? 3. G is what? 7, so we'll write 7 square minus. C is what? Q. Okay, into H is what? Minus 4, so we'll write minus 4 square equals to 0. Okay, as we know that we have the value of P also, that is minus 3, so we'll give this as equation number 1 if you want. So here we'll replace the value of P by minus 3 into 3 into Q, okay, plus 2 into 1 into 7 into minus 4. Here also we'll replace the value of P by minus 3, 1 square minus 3 into 7 square minus Q minus 4 square equals to 0. Yes or no? Understood? So if you want, you can write from 1 we got the value of P equals to minus 3. Okay, then after that, minus 3 into 3 into Q, here you will get minus 9Q. Yes or no? Plus minus will be what? Minus. Okay, 2 4 side is 8, 8 7s are 56. Okay, so this minus minus will be what? Plus 3. Minus minus will be what? Plus 3. 1 square is 1, so 3 1 side is 3, minus 7 square, it is 49, 49 3 side is 147. Then we'll keep this minus as it is. We know that minus square is positive, so 4 square is 16, and 16 into Q, it will be what? 16Q equals to 0. Okay, once again we'll see. Minus 3 into 3 into Q, you will get minus 9Q, plus minus minus. 2 4s are 8, 8 7s are 56, minus minus, this is plus. 1 square is 1, 1 3 side is 3, minus 7 square 49, 3s are 147. Minus will keep as it is, because minus square here it is positive, so 4 square 16, 16 Q side is 16Q equal to 0. So here we have Q and Q terms, so we'll see minus 9 and minus 16, here you will get minus 25Q. Yes or no? Okay, Then minus 56 plus 3, here you will get minus 53, minus 147, so minus 147, so 147 53 it comes to 200, but here greater symbol is minus, because minus 53 minus 147, so minus and minus it will be plus, so here you will get 200, but greater symbol is minus, so here you will get minus 200 equals to 0. So therefore here also we got a linear equation, one variable, so we'll keep one side alphabet, one side number. So minus 25q equals to, so this minus 200 it will goes to the right hand side, so it will become plus, so therefore q will be equals to 200 upon minus 25, so 25 ones are 25 eights are, so here you will get the value of q as minus 8. So as I told, when you will use the first condition you will get one answer of one alphabet, and when you will use the second condition you will get the second alphabet answer. Okay, so in this way you will present your sum in the board exam. Okay, but see to it that whenever it says that perpendicular lines, or it represent a pair of line, since it represent pair of perpendicular lines and also it represent a pair of lines, so this both the condition it will come. So when you will take the first condition you will get one answer, and you will take, when you will take the second condition you will get second answer. And we know that in the mathematics we cannot able to find both the answers simultaneously at a time. Okay, so what will be change? Suppose if perpendicular word, suppose if it is replaced by parallel, see to it that in place of a plus b equals to 0, simply you will take h square minus ab equals to 0. Okay, so when you will take h square minus ab equal to 0, so here you will get one answer or one alphabet, and when you will use the second condition you will get second answer. Suppose here if you are getting the value of p, so in the second condition of course you will get the value of q, or else if you are getting the value of q, so here you will get the value of p, like that. Okay, so in this way you have to present your sum. I hope you all understood both the question, how to find the value of k, as well as how to find the value of p and q. So here I can say that's the end of the type number 7 also. So now we left with the last sum of your exercise. Okay, so that sum we'll see in the next lecture. Okay, so almost we had completed all the sums, we had covered all the concept, all the sums from the exercise. Hardly we left with the only one sum, so that we'll see in the next lecture. Okay.